Hi, Miles Maeda here with some more modern yoga movement videos for you. We are at our Yoga and Healing Retreat Center, Liberty Arising, and this is where we hold our quarterly Rudra Yoga program. And today's sessions are going to be borrowing from our Taoist yoga tradition. We're going to be doing some Taoist exercises in two parts. So the first part is more gentle and easy, and it's recommended to do that before you do the second part, which has a little bit more intensity and requires more coordination and balance. When we practice these Taoist exercises, they're quite simple, and we want to have four basic points of awareness. One is that the movements are more like meditations. So you want to be as present as possible with your body, with your breath, as we do these exercises. The second thing is we want to feel this flow of energy moving through the body, the flow of chi or the flow of prana. And this also relates to the myofascial tissue layers that are under the skin and wrapping around the muscles. So it's believed that the chi and prana flow between these layers through the watery layers. So we're trying to get those tissues to become more supple and flexible as well as strong. So it's a head to toe awareness during our movements. It's also the breathing, number 3, is very easy and very relaxed. I might say to breathe in and breathe out sometimes, but in general, the breathing is just very easy and flowing. And the fourth point of focus is heaven and earth. So we want to feel a lightness, like a spine lifting and connecting to the sky. And at the same time, we want to feel groundedness. We want to feel our legs and feet connecting to the earth while we do these exercises. If you like this video, then please hit that like button. If you want to be aware of when any new content is made available, you can hit that subscribe button. And if you'd like to financially support the creation of these videos, then consider being a Patreon member. And you can find that information as well as information about our Rudra Yoga program and Liberty Arising in the description below. All right, so let's begin standing, and we'll do the first set of Taoist exercises. Okay, you're going to stand with your feet a little wider than hip width apart, hands on the hips, and we'll do torso or spine rotations. So you bend the spine forward, and you can go in any direction first, but make nice big circles around the pelvis. And just feel like you're rolling the spine equally in each direction, all around in a big circle. And you can do these 8 to 10 times, keeping the pelvis and the legs relatively still and mostly moving the vertebrae of the spine. You can also roll your head around a little bit. And then when you next get to the front, you can reverse the direction. Now these circles can be small or they can be large. You can vary them and just feel how it's moving the spine. It's stretching the muscles that support the spine, as well as all of the muscles and the connective tissue layers around the waist and the hips. And then when you come to the front, come back up and relax. Okay, if your feet are wide, you can bring them a little closer together so they're hip width apart. And just place your hands, palms on the back of the pelvis and bend the knees. And these are waist rotations or hip rotations, moving just the pelvis, knees bent. So circle your pelvis, nice big circles. Sort of like hula or a hula hoop even. Nice big circles. Again, find the pace that works for you. You can do 8 to 10 of these. And then reverse directions. And just feel that you're lubricating your hip joints, creating more mobility in the pelvis and the lower spine. And then when you're done, stand up and relax. Okay, keeping your feet hip-width apart, we're going to do knee circles. So hands are at the sides of the knees. We're going to bring the knees together, forward and around. So circling forward and out 4 times. And then we'll reverse. So bring the knees together and back, making circles. Just 4 times. And then we step the feet together and double knee circles. And the knee bends are a little shallow, just nice and easy. And then reverse 4 times, lubricating the knee joints. And then stand up and relax. Now let's step the feet hip-width apart again. And the second time we'll go a little bit deeper. If it's difficult for your knees, you can just do the first variation again. So hands at the sides of the knees, deeper bend. And knees come together and forward and make knee circles. And just think of going down and up, down and up. And let's reverse 4 times. Bring the knees together and back. And then feet together, double knee circles, again deeper. And make sure this is nice and easy for you. And then reverse, down and up, down and up. With relaxed breathing. And come all the way up and relax. Again, feet can be together or hip-width apart. We'll do back bending. So you're going to cross your hands with your thumbs out. So one hand's in front, the other in back, crossing your thumbs. And we want to focus on a lifting in the front of the body as well as a lifting in the back. So feel a lift at the base of the skull, lifting from the back. And when we stretch the arms up, lift your sternum, relax. Stretch up, lift your sternum and your solar plexus, relax. Now sternum, solar plexus, and pubis, and back. So feel that you're lifting the back of the body and the front of the body. The pelvis can stretch forward. And we do this 8 to 10 times. Keep the shoulders down and just feel that you're lifting as you're arching back. And relax. We'll do the same thing with the feet wide. So whichever way you crossed your hands before, cross the other way. And again, feel a lift from the base of the skull, and then stretch up. The sternum slides up. Then we add the solar plexus, and then we add the pubis. So we're feeling a lifting and a nice stretching of all the connective tissue layers in the front of the body. Letting the pelvis reach forward. Nice fluid movements. 8 to 10 times. And then relax. Okay, feet together or hip-width apart, just whatever helps you feel the most stable. We're going to do side bending, and this is an easy version. Just stretch your arms out to the side. And we're going to go to the right. So we lift, reach down through the leg and the foot on the left side. And then the other side, reach down through the leg and foot on the right side. So shoulder down, reaching up through your fingers, and also even the ear reaching up. Now, if this is really easy for you, you can bring your hands together and do the same thing, but see if you can feel a lifting while keeping that shoulder down. And the side that we're bending, so the right side, just soften, and here the left side, soften. And then inhale, center, and exhale, relax. Same thing with feet wide. And you have options here. So one option is to turn to the right and then come down, aiming to touch the floor on the outside of the foot. And again, you can turn and aim to touch the floor by the little foot. If you don't touch, then just go down towards the foot. The other option is to do a side bend. Feel the stretch on the side of the body. And as you get to the edge where you can go no further, you turn and then touch the floor. And come back up, feel the side stretch, and then include the turn as you come to the floor. So let's keep doing that, whichever variation you like. Just nice and easy. So here we ground through the legs and the feet, and we lift through the spine and through the arms. Keep the shoulders down from the ears. And breathing is relaxed. You can also coordinate and inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, and exhale down. Now inhale, center, and exhale, relax. And you can bring your feet together by bringing your heels in, toes in, back and forth. Okay, feet hip-width apart or feet together. Hold your elbows. And we'll do shoulder circles. And the movement is the arms go forward and up, and then back in and down. So we'll do that 8 times to 10 times. Make nice big shoulder circles. Moving your elbows. And then relax. So we're going to keep doing those shoulder circles, but we're going to add a forward bend. So as we bend forward, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. You want your pelvis to travel back, and as best as you can, keep a nice flat back. And you're only going to come down halfway. If you can't come down halfway, just come down as far as you can. So as we make our circle, we brush down, the arms go forward, so we're here in our half forward bend, and as the arms go up and in, we stand up. All right, so we'll do that 8 to 10 times. And again, if you want to coordinate the breath, you can inhale as you come up, exhale as you go down, or just let the breath flow. So you'll start to feel this in the backs of the legs. Just be careful with your back, send your pelvis back, and have a nice flat back as much as possible. And then relax. The last one, the feet are wide, and we're going to brush our arms in the same circle, but we're going to do this starting from the half forward bend and going towards the floor. So the end position is really just halfway up. All right, so I'm just demonstrating that, and we'll do that together. So it might help to feel a little bit of a bounce. Just be a little more relaxed and easy, and you'll feel the connective tissue layers in the backs of the legs helping you with this resiliency in the bounce. Okay, so hold on to your elbows. Reach down through the legs and feet, lift the spine, and we hinge forward halfway. And brush your arms forward and back. And we do this 8 to 10 times. And then on that last one, bounce all the way up and relax. And once again, heels, toes, and feet hip width apart or together. Forward bend is next. So you can just put your hands on your legs, slide down your legs. Nice flat back. Grab onto your ankles. I'm going to turn sideways. You can either put your hands on your ankles or hands on the floor, your choice. And we want to fold forward. If you need to bend your knees slightly, that's fine. If you can, straighten your legs and just let the spine and the head hang. And we're going to do 8 to 10 pulls with the arms. So you're pulling the body towards the legs and releasing. So it's pull and release. Pull and release. And be careful not to be too intense. Just do as best as you can. Feeling this in the backs of the legs, as well as in the back along the spine. Breath is relaxed, or you can coordinate the breath by inhaling up, exhaling down. So 8 to 10 times. And then to come up, we're going to roll up. So you center your pelvis first. You can exhale as you roll up and let the rest of the spine follow. Okay, the second variation of that is wide legs. So same thing, you can just place your hands on your legs, inhale, exhale, slide down the legs. If you can, you're holding onto your ankles, or ideally holding onto the outsides of the feet. If you need to bend the knees, again, you can do that, no problem. If you need any other support, feel free to vary this. So nice long spine, grounding the legs and feet. We inhale and exhale, bend your arms and pull yourself closer to the legs. Inhale, release up. Exhale, forward bend. Again, 8 to 10 times. So rhythmically stretching and releasing. Just going to your edge, not being too intense. Make sure your breathing can be relaxed and easy. And to come up, you can place your hands on the floor. You can either bend the knees or keep them straight, and we're going to roll up. So center your pelvis first. You can exhale to roll up, and the rest of the spine follows. Once again, heels, toes, heels, toes. All right, the last exercise of this sequence requires us to stretch very deeply. So we start off shallow, start off easy, and then eventually, as you practice this, you'll be able to get more and more deep. One thing that you can think about is you want to vary the stretch every time you stretch. So it's not repeating the same kind of stretch over and over again, but just find different ways to explore the stretch in your own body. So we're going to start to the right. Step your right foot out, left foot back, and that left back knee will bend. So it'll feel a little bouncy, a little springy. It should support you. And the front foot will be flexed. So you're reaching through the heel and you're gently pulling the toes back. If this is extra challenging for you, then you can bend that front knee, but eventually you do want to fully extend that leg. So as you bend that back knee, you can lower yourself towards the floor and see if you can get your hands on the floor. You can use some support if you need to, like blocks. Now grab onto your foot. Now if this isn't comfortable for your heel, you can fold up your mat or put a blanket under your heel, that's fine. So ideally you're grabbing your foot. If you can't, hold the floor or just hold on to whatever is most supportive for you. And you're going to reach your chin towards the big toe, but see if you can lift from the base of the skull, even though you're reaching with your chin, okay? And we want to do little stretches towards the big toe, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm just going around the big toe towards the right, and now I'm going towards the left. So I'm varying the stretch little by little each time. 6, 7, 8. So I'm just doing 4 sets of 8 stretches, trying to get closer and closer to the big toe. And after we've done that, you can walk your hands to the other side. So that back leg is bent, a little bouncy, a little springy. And the front leg, so now the left leg is extended. We're on our heel, reaching the toes back. And if you can, you hold onto your foot. And once again, little stretches, lifting from the back of the skull, but reaching with the chin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So little, somewhat bouncy stretches, just very small and easy and controlled. And I'm varying by just going to the right and going to the left around the big toe. And little by little getting closer and closer, chin to the big toe. And when we're done, walk your hands to the center, inhale, and on the exhale, we can roll up. Walk your feet together. And you have the option to lie down here for a short relaxation. So I'll just guide that for a couple minutes. So let's lie down. And you want to be completely relaxed. And just remember the 4 points of awareness or concentration. So the movements are like moving meditations. We're becoming aware of the chi flow throughout the body, as well as the myofascial tissue layers. The breathing is relaxed and easy. And we're feeling our connectedness to the earth. So feeling the earth supporting our body, but also feeling connected to the sky above and feeling this lightness and this balance of these 2 energies within. Now feel free to rest here a little bit longer if you like. Otherwise, you can bend your knees, bring them to your chest, bring your head up to the knees, and you can just rock and roll on your back a few times. Come sitting. And that completes our practice.